Hey, you guys, I have time for one more of these, okay? And then I gotta get serious and go put up some Christmas decorations. I'll do a little. I'll run around. I'll do another thing, a little close up of what I'm doing over there. All right. So, anyways, let's get on with this. Now I'm not so sure that you. When we talked about the last chapter was number 34. We're on number 35 now. And we're seeing that it's a continuation of the particular stories as they've been going on. This one here at number 35 is going to represent 8. This is a control number. 8 is, when we set up where most all of the gelling or the control, the business is not. Now we're going to firm this up. This is where we're going to go from here. And we're together now, one big happy family. But would you believe that this entire story has actually stemmed from Isaac? All right, that this whole entire thing is like coming from him. This is how I'm seeing this, because at the end of this next chapter, he dies. All right, in this chapter, I mean, it seems everyone seems to be dying. Well, hang on, this is. Let's move over. We're going to read this one. And remember that these Bible stories work in the 4, which is the idea behind me, And so at any time you want to know what these names were going to represent, they're over a certain number, they're over a certain place, and it gives you a hint as to what they're actually talking about. All right, so let's go on here to Genesis number 35. And we get, and God said unto Jacob, arise. Remember, now he's still calling him Jacob. Arise and go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God. And that when God appeared unto thee, when you fleddest from the face of brother Esau. And Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. That's number 2. And let us arise and go to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the day which I went in the 4th world. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods that were in their hand, and all their earrings, which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak tree that was by Shechem. All right. Now, what they're actually saying in this situation here is that when you are cutting off the lower, all right, it's time to get rid of all these gods. It's time they're going to put them underneath the tree. This idea of the shade underneath the tree, we're all on our way. We're going to Bethel. Bethel is the place of God. Okay? That's what we got here is Bethel, 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 Bethel. House of God, or El. This is at the end of Israel, El. And this is where we're at right now. All right? They're on their way to the house of God. All right? And as they grow closer to this, they had to give up the strange gods and all these things that were in their hands, get their earrings. They're changing their garments. We're on our way. You got to cut off the lower. It's time to go. It's on our way. Come on. And they journeyed. And in the terror of God was upon the cities that were around them. And they did not come after Jacob. And Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel. And he and all the people that were with him, this is number 6. This is going to wind up in the emotional side, okay, the north. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. This is number 7. 8. And Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, she died. She is buried under Bethel, under an oak tree. And the name of it was called Alan Alabak, which means in place of the weeping oak. This 8 is this idea that, you know, this is Rebecca's nurse died, and so they put her under the tree. Look at all the things that they're putting under the trees. They're putting it under the trees because they're gone. They're no longer a part of the family anymore. They died. This was the old side. And God said unto them, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. Number 11. And God said unto them, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and the kings shall come out of thy loins. Number 12, which is the end of another world. In the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. All right, so let's stop here for a quickie. The Isaac, Jacob is the seed of Isaac. All right, all these guys have been the seeds, have been passing it down. All right, and the land that he gave them and the land that he's been giving these people has been giving them themselves. We are the land. We are the nations. That's why there's even lands on this particular side. That I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give to the land. So and God went up from him in this place where he talked with him. Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, and even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. This is number 14, representing 5. So he's making some food. This is where they're supposed to be in the fruitful place. Because listen here, it says, Jacob called the name of the place God spake to him, Bethel. Bethel is the place of God. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way from Euphrates, and prevailed, and she had hard labor. All right. Now, real quick, Ephron, this name that we just tried to puke up, means where you're supposed to be fruitful. This is where you're supposed to get this fruit from. All right. And so they were just outside of this place where they were coming to get this thing, and she has a child. She's travailed. And it came to pass that when she had hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, fear not, thou shalt have this son also. This is number 8. Number 17, but it represents an 8. And it shall come to pass, fear not, thou shalt have this son also. All right. So this is, believe it or not, I believe they're talking about Isaac. Okay, that's how far back this story should be coming to fruit. All right, because Jacob is his fruit, and Jacob was sent to go and do all this business. That's just so he's going to die here later too. All right. And it came to pass as her soul was in departing, for she died. This is number 18, representing 9. That she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. So these names, Benoni means son of my sorrows, because he was born in what they call this suck. All right. And remember, he just bought some land. Jacob just bought some land where he's going to go and sojourn, and it has this name Suck on it. All right, so it's being born out of Suck, and he's in charge of all the cattle. He's in charge of those people on earth, or the person. You're in charge of this comings and goings to the Lord. But those people that can make it can get there, but those people that can't make it, they're too strong. Well, they belong in this Jacob thing. Benjamin means son of my right hand, son of my strength, son of the south. All right. So, son of the south. And Rachel died and was buried in the way of Ephraim, which is near Bethlehem. And Bethlehem means house of bread. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent upon the tower of Eder. I don't know that I got Eder on here, which is number 23. So this is some magic happening. And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in the land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. And Israel heard it. Now the son of Jacob for 12. And this is where I said, this is the ends of these stories. Number 23, 24, 25, 26. Let me see where those going to show up. What numbers again? 24, 21, 22, 24, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, so the way it would work, 21 to 23. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob, firstborn, and Simon, Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Jebulun. All right, Zebulun. That's the sons of Leah. All right. The sons of Rachel is Joseph, Benjamin. This will be the 24. Where's number 24? "24 represents an 8. 24. No, that's 29. Damn it. 24 is an end piece. Damn it. The sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. Those are holy guys. All right. She's going to be representing this higher thing anyways. The sons of Bilhah. This is number 25, the beginning of a new world. Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, is Dan and Naphtali. And 26, the sons of Ziplah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Pan and Damaran. However that's said, that means the land of Arab. All right. And Arab is part of, where do we get that from? Abraham and Aram. Remember before Abraham, before he come there, he was Arab. So anyways, and Jacob came in to Isaac, his father, unto Mamre, unto the city of Abra, which is Hebrew. And Abraham and Isaac sojourned. This is where they sojourned. The days of Isaac were 180 years. 4 scores is 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, and the 100 is 9. So he made it all the way over to the other side. And Isaac gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. All right, so all right, so that's how I'm trying to get at the very end of this. This is the end of these stories. And the next one is going to be a really tough one unless I rip open all those names. But we get all of these children and the children of the children, and the children of the children of the children on the next set. All right, because this is number 9. This showing this is the end. All right, yeah, 8. This is 8. 8 is a control number. All right. And remember, he gets his name, and the woman, his wife, dies. She gives birth to Benjamin. All of this stuff is going to start off a whole nother world. And of course, he was the seed of this. I gave you this seed. I'm going to give you all this. The only thing that we get out of this seed is our body. This is the land that we are promised to be given. It's ourself. Just ourself. We know that there's all kinds of shit going on in the Middle East. We know that the folly that's been erected around us is the belief in God, and it's in their hearts. It's in most people's hearts. It's in everyone's heart. They really want to be a part of God, so much that they brought this God down to earth in order to be able to be a part of it, feel like they were with it, and create all of this, the top of the Bible, the topical part of this, of our Bible, by being able to find ruins and little hints of it here and there on earth, just to, sweeten the pot some. But this is a spiritual book, and that's not how people read it. They are taking it literally and creating hell on earth. And if there's any chance that people can learn to break this spell that we're under and to bring a little light, not only into themselves, but also be a light of this world. Come on and be a part of it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to try. And it's free and it's wonderful and it's rewarding. And you gain all the riches in the world. And that is just a little knowledge, which gives you a peace of mind. All right. I hope you got something out of this. This was Genesis chapter 35.